This is the all-new Nio ES8, and it used to be the most expensive car that produced in China by a Chinese brand. With the release of the Hi-Fi X and Z, this is no longer the most expensive car, but it's still, with this executive version at 570,000 RMB or over 80,000 US dollars, a very expensive car. Today, let's have a look at the exterior and the interior of this car and how it drives on the road to see what it has to offer for that price. Nio is one of the three big new generation car makers, them being Nio, Xiaopeng and Lixiang. Last year, there has been a bit of downturn for Nio, to be honest, because they were selling just over 5,000 cars per month. But with Lixiang catching up really quick and then overtaking them, now selling over 30,000 cars a month. So Nio has released quite a few new models. They're all new ES6, the ET5 touring version, and with this all new ES8 as well. And their sales has creeped up now over 10,000 units per month. And also they've reduced, their selling price. At the same time, they've taken away the unlimited battery swap for their owners, and instead you get 6 free per month. And if you don't want the battery swap, you can take a 30,000 reduction of the selling price. Let's have a look at the car itself. The first generation car, to me, it was a bit ugly, to be honest, because it had this very thin line of a daily running light that looks like a bit of an eyebrow, and then these huge LED matrix headlights. But now this is kind of a family resemblance, because you can see this in the ET7 and also the new ET5 as well. It's kind of grown on me. I won't say it's ugly, but some people may love it. Other than that, it's pretty low key. You have the Nio badge there, you have one big laser radar on top and 2 cameras as well. Now moving on the side, you have a side camera here, but it's hidden quite well because at the front you probably won't be able to see it. And then you have these 21-inch alloys here. The standard is 20-inch, so this is optional. But as standard, you get this red braking calipers, and they are 6 pistons. All cars as standard, you have this contrasting black roof. This is a green one. They also have white, blue, all these standard colors. There is a very nice light champagne color. Like all model electric cars, you have hidden door handles. So I've just touched it, pops out. A really nice feature here, you just need to put your fingers here and the door actually pops out. So you can open the door effortlessly. All 4 doors comes with soft closing features. And a really nice feature I like as well is the door itself, it goes all the way down there. So when it's raining and the car is all muddy and wet, you won't get your trousers dirty. Another thing you probably wouldn't notice, but if you look closely, this A pillar, B, C and D pillar are all on the same level as the windows itself. So if you look at from the back, it's one flat surface. It looks really, really nice, really sophisticated. On the back here, again, is really minimal. There is the Nio badge here, again, blackened. You have one line of a braking light here. You have a reversing camera down here, and then another camera there, probably for your auto driving. That's pretty much it. I think it looks quite nice to the back itself, and somehow from this angle, it looks like the Range Rover Sport. If I open the boot, now I've got the back seats folded down. You have a complete flat surface. This boot itself is really big. I mean, if you're only carrying 4 people, this is enough to carry the luggages that you probably, if you are on a road trip across the continent. There are various hooks and terracing points, and you have a 180-watt charging socket here. These back seats itself, they're all electrically folded. You just need to press this button here, and then it comes up automatically. Under here, this is a 4th floor. You have some storage place. It's not big, but you know, you probably can put your charging cables over there. Now I'm inside the cabin. There are just two words for me. One is minimalistic, the other is luxurious. In front of me there is a 2-ton steering wheel. It's really nice to hold. Everything is covered by Napa leather as well. When I say minimalistic, these window controls, you just have a button here. For other cars, you probably have a logo of a window here. You know, everyone knows this is for your windows. So there's one thing that's quite annoying. The control itself is actually opposite what you think. So if you want to lower your window, you need to push the button up. If you want to close the windows, you need to push the buttons down. That's quite anti-intuitive. Anyways, there are various buttons on the steering wheel as well, but again, there are no logos whatsoever. You have your gear knob here, which is quite traditional for Nio cars. Then you have your car controls over here, your hazard light, your lock here. You have a wireless charging pad here, and you have 2 cup holders. If you're not using them, you can actually retract them. I think it actually looks better when they are up. The whole theme of the design with the interior of this car is minimalistic. You can't actually see any air vents for the air conditioning because it's hidden underneath this panel. And there are, you know, a few layers of this front dash. It looks quite nice and well connected. You have these soft and squeegee material here, and then it goes to this fake wooden panel, and that looks quite nice. You have this light champagne color here, and then connected to, again, soft and squeegee material here with this light gray interior. In the middle here, you have your, you know, main infotainment system, which is 15 inches. It's quite nice to the touch, quite clear and crisp as well. There's no screen on the passenger side, unlike his you know, main rivals, for example, the Li Xiang L9. There's a huge screen over there, but you can opt for their VR glasses, and once you put it out, you have, as they claimed, a 100-inch screen in front of you, which is pretty nice. And other than that, all these seats are ventilated, heated, and have massage function. Even the third row is ventilated and heated. You can adjust these shoulder support, which is quite unique, to be honest. If you don't like your sitting posture, you can move this forward or backward. You have a really small storage space here. What's nice is you can open it from this side and also from this side. The reason of this small storage space is because they have put a wind tunnel down there. So you have actually 5-zone climate control, one here, 2 for the second row and 1 for the third row passengers. And every single row you have adjustable wind speed. So even if you're on the third row, you can have very strong wind blowing to your face if that's you want. A lot of cars currently, you know, offer ventilated and heated seats. Of course, Nio has that as well. What's unique about it is you can actually control the back of the seat and what's underneath your butt separately. If you just want your back to be cooled, you just need to do that. And you have the same feature across the front and second rows as well. If you want your massage function, just switch it on. You can control, actually, there are quite a few different massage styles you can choose to your liking. There is also a hot stone massage. If you tried it in real life, you know what it means, that these massaging points are actually heated. Now the second row, I'm at the most backward position and I have tons of knee room, as you can see, and a lot of headroom even with this panoramic sunroof. I've got exactly the same seat as the front. It's really supportive, really comfortable, and everything is covered by Napa leather again, and it's really squeegee, and you know, there's nothing I can complain. This is the executive version, as I said, so you have this central armrest in the middle of the second row. Now there are 2 cup holders, And I really like this light champagne color trim, and it actually goes all the way in the car. There is a hidden button here, so if I press it, it comes out, and there are actually 3 wireless charging ports over here, so everyone, you know, can charge their car at the same time. In front of me in the middle here, obviously I have 2-zone climate control. Everyone have their own air vents, and again the air vent itself is hidden in this B pillar here. You can't see any visible air vents in this car. There is a little screen over here, and I can control the heating, ventilation of the seats, the air conditioning, the music. Even I can fold the second row down. I can have a really nice and large space for the second row passenger. Only to this executive version, you have a small fridge here. Just need to open it like so. You can have the temperature set to between 0 to 50 degrees. So you can have a really cool drink in the summer, and then something warm, for example your tea in here, when you feel a bit chilled. With this huge thing in the middle here, you may wonder, how do I get to the 3rd row? Well, there's a button on the shoulder here. You just need to press it, and it goes forward with a nice entry for me to go into the 3rd row. Now, I'm in the 3rd row. This car is 5.1 meters long, and then wheelbase is about 3 meters, so it's not that big. I mean, I can sit here for a short term. I have 1/5 of room in front of me, but if you're over 6 foot tall, you're probably not going to be like it if you sit here for a long time. But you know, there are quite a lot of things for you. You have a cup holder each on the side. You have 2 USB charging ports here, and then 1 on each side. I don't know how many, you know, digital like stuff that you need to carry, because there are wireless chargers there. There's more than enough for everyone to, you know, play their iPads or phone on the way. There's a big window on the side, but everything is tinted, including the panoramic sunroof on top, so it does feel a little claustrophobic, to be honest. You know, kids will be fine and happy on the back here. I am in the driving seat when we are on the road. There are so many ways that you can adjust the seat, and also the steering wheel itself is electrically adjusted. You can definitely make yourself comfortable in this car. I am sitting quite high, to be honest, because you know, this is a tall, large SUV, and the viewing angle outside is really good. Now this A pillar here, they have even created this small triangle, so you don't have that much of a blind spot, and these side mirrors, they are really big, so you know, there's nothing I am complaining about my driving position, to be honest. The other thing is, well, this car has got 2 electric motors, one at the front with 180 kilowatts and one at the back with 300 kilowatts. So altogether you have 480 kilowatts. That's more than 600 horsepower and more than 700 newton meters of torque. This car is 5.1 meters long, but even that, this drivetrain can take it from 0 to 100 in just 4.1 seconds. That's the official figure. But I've seen quite a few people driving this car, and they claim this car can definitely do more than that, probably around the 3.8, 3.9. With these 100 kilowatt battery underneath, you know, you don't really need to worry about the range anymore. Obviously, being a Nio, whenever your battery level is low, you can always go to a battery station. There are hundreds across China. The driving itself, I mean, the steering wheel is really comfortable. It's not that light for an electric car. You really feel that, you know, in this driving seat you are in control. All cars comes with air suspension. You can adjust the level of the air suspension over here. So I'm currently set to low because I'm in the sport mode. I can also adjust it to the Sport Plus or Comfort, which is probably the best one for you to drive in the city. You also have Eco mode that's gonna cut a lot of the power out, so I usually set it to Comfort. And in the Comfort mode, air suspension, or the suspension itself, is really nice, really serene and smooth. It's a bit on the sporty side, to be honest, because you can definitely feel the uneven or the imperfection on the road a little bit, but you would never say this is uncomfortable. The suspension and the drivetrain itself just gives you a solid feel. The whole car is solid and you're in control, and gives you quite a lot of confidence as well. Acceleration pedal, it can be a little bit sensitive at the beginning, so you need to be careful when you first put your feet on the pedal, but the middle and the later part of the acceleration is really linear, just how much you need to press to go up your speed. The other thing is the brake pedal. The brake itself is really good. I mean, it's probably one of the best I've driven for an electric car, because a lot of times in an electric car, when you brake, you cut down all the power. The brake can be a bit jerky at the beginning, but this one, it's nothing like that. You know where you are fully in control. It's not jerky at all. Now, if I switch to the Sport Plus mode, and let's see how much of a difference that it makes. I'm currently in the Sport Plus mode. The acceleration pedal becomes even more sensitive. So, if I put my foot down just that tiny bit, you can feel the nose of this car goes up. The car just eager to go, right? Still, you feel that you are in control, and it's still that it gives you a lot of confidence until you've put your foot down, and this car really goes. But I mean, this car is over 2.5 ton and it's over 5.1 meters long. You're sitting really tall and high as well. I mean, it's not a really good feeling. So, if I'm buying this car, I'm probably not going to go for the Sport Plus mode on a day-to-day driving. I mean, it's probably really fast on a straight line, but you don't really feel you are in control when you are on any kind of turns and curves. And all cars come with double glazing. Even the window at the back are double glazed. The noise level in this car is really good. I mean, it's probably on the Mercedes level, if not better. And I can hear myself really clearly. I can't really hear much, to be honest, of any outside noise. There is a term called hooligan in a suit, and that term used to define the cars like the Audi RX-6 or RS4, and sometimes the Mercedes 63s. But this car, with a 5.1 meter long body, under 4 second 0 to 100 speed, I think it probably is one of them as well. Now, let me know what you think.